Yeah, so take
wait. This movie is The Witches of Eastwick.
Yep.
It's such a classic film. It doesn't seem like a horror kind of film. It doesn't have the elements.
No, I wouldn't say it's a horror film,
Yes.
but I think it does qualify as a Halloween movie.
Yes.
So, why did you pick this? Why do you want to
Because
pick this?
my favourite, I haven't seen in a long time. I didn't know it was a classic. Classified as a horror or not.
Is it as good as you remembered?
Yes.
Well, as somebody that had never seen this movie before, ever rewatched it together.
Yes.
This movie really surprised me with how good it was.
Yes.
I don't think it's a great film, but it is a good one. Like easily a good film.
Yes.
From director George Miller.
Yes.
Who also directed Mad Max.
Yeah, I know.
The Mad Max movies, yeah. Which, kind of seems incongruent because, the director of Fury Road also made this.
Yes.
But, if you dig a little deeper, it probably isn't all that surprising because, George Miller describes himself as a feminist.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and Fury Road, it's about, this woman that, takes these sex slaves away from this, from this male dictator,
yes.
and they escape, and then they have to realize to go back because they have to like conquer it,
yes,
themselves, and free the people,
yes.
And what's this movie about? It's about three
beautiful women, I should say.
Well, I was gonna say three girlfriends.
Yeah,
that,
girlfriends
fall under the the influence. Fall under the influence of Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
and then they have to go
fight.
Yeah, come together and do away with him.
Yes, because
it's not. They're not terribly incongruent.
Nah.
It's just kind of surprising.
Yeah, it's from what's the name? The redhead girl. She was so shy and everything, but now because they wished upon they wished on him. He heard his wishes. That's why he came to town, and every time people say he's one of the girl who went mentally insane because of it. She sees vision, and he killed she made because they were eating cherries or that he was saying that he's a bad person because he killed her.
Oh yeah, and I have to say, no disrespect to any of the three main actresses in this film, but Jack Nicholson was fucking perfectly cast.
Yes, he was.
He was so captivating, so charismatic, so charming.
Yes,
and he was the right kind of not very attractive to really make it work somehow.
And plus, it's based on a novel on a book.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think Jack Nicholson turns in a performance that is genuinely Oscar worthy.
Yes, it was the funniest scene when he trying to introduce chair character into bed.
Yeah, and it seems like she's not interested,
yes.
And then
she's finally giving up.
Yeah,
it's good.
And I think Jack Nicholson actually won a Saturn Award for his performance.
According to George Miller, the production of Joan Peter suddenly decided he wanted aliens to appear in the movie, even though it didn't make sense with the story. Miller thinks Peter's influence was influenced by the box office success of Aliens. He even showed up one day on set with a stunt man dressed as an alien. Miller told Miller to put him on a scene, any scene, and Miller and Jack Nicholson then left the set until Peters gave up on his fiction.
Oh, that is awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? I think I'm going to switch to this image where we can see all the stars.
I like Michelle Pfeiffer looks so young. They look so young in that film.
Yeah. And have to say, even though I think Cher is the most attractive of all of them, for some reason Susan Sarandon turned me on the most in this movie.
No, she was so innocent. The Jack Nicholson character came up and fucked her right up all of her.
Yeah, but anyway, what you just read was pretty awesome. The way
Yes.
the way that Jack Nicholson stuck by George Miller's side, and he's like, "Hey, if you don't do what the director wants, I'm fucking leaving."
Yes.
And just imagine him with his eyebrow saying that.
Yes.
Hey, if we're not doing this, if we're not doing this George Miller's way, I'm leaving.
Yes. I know.
I can't do the eyebrows.
Yes. They're not having all 3 babies together.
Oh yeah.
With one person.
Yeah,
And I feel like they were I feel like some half creature. Even the CGI was okay. Was CGI at the ending?
I don't know.
Yeah, like
I mean, this was like in the late 80s.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine there being like
Yes.
extensive CGI.
No, George Miller didn't want Cher in the movie, and Warner Brothers forced her in because she wanted a hot commodity. What's that? Hot
commodity.
Yeah,
She was a hot commodity.
Yeah, she was a hot commodity at the point, according to her autobiography. He wouldn't keep quiet about how he didn't want her to ruin the movie.
I mean, her being a recording artist and not really an actress.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I don't know how much acting she had done at this point.
She's done some good one. Have you seen Mermaids?
Yeah, I've actually seen.
Yeah, she's in
Mermaids.
there.
But I think that was after this, wasn't it?
I feel like it was before.
Maybe it was
The same era.
Maybe it was before. Well, yeah, the
Yes.
same era. But whether or not George Miller was right to be concerned, I think I like Cher's performance.
Yeah.
I think she did a good job.
Yes, it is.
And so what else do you have to talk about?
So yeah. So the plot. So Alex Manford and Jane's boyfriend and Suki Ragmont. That there are 3 dissatisfied women living in Picture Square, Eastwick, Rhode Island. Sculpture of Alex is a single mother of one newly divorced music teacher Jane can't have children, and Susie has 6 and is a columnist for the newspaper of Eastwick.
I can't believe she has 6 kids.
Yeah, she has. Insane. I know. The friends lost their husbands. Alex died. Jane divorced her, and Suki's abandoned her. Like the whole husband left. Unaware of being witches, they bitterly form a coven and meeting weekly to discuss Nardi Man. Well,
yeah. I'm not sure if Jack Nicholson is really what they described about her. And I kind of feel like Jack Nicholson is the kind of guy where you meet him, you're not all that impressed, but the longer you converse with him, the more and more you're captivated, until eventually he has you in bed.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you agree?
Yes. It is. I'm glad. The music for the score for the Eastwick, the Witches of Eastwick was composed and conducted by John Williams.
That's a score.
It is. That is a score.
That having been said, I don't think the music is as good as Beetlejuice's.
Yes. And Cher was offered the role of Jane, but preferred the part of Alexandra, the role that Susan Sarandon has been hired to play. Sarandon did not discover that she would be playing Jane until she showed up on a location. Wow.
Yeah, that's that's a pretty bad that's a pretty pretty kind of out of left field.
Yes.
The way that you walk on expecting to play one character, but you're playing a different one.
Yes. So basically, this is interesting. This is interesting. So Jane character believes she can't have children of her own until Danny gets her pregnant. Susan Sarandon also thought she couldn't have children until becoming pregnant with the director, Frances Mer's child, Eva, I can't pronounce it, Eva Amato was born in 1985. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess sometimes life imitates art.
Yes. Do you know what? When the woman was rushing, the woman rushing to Jenny's office after hearing Daryl's office, after hearing his car approach the house and Jane knocks over a lamp. This was a genuine accident by Suzanne Stardom, but George Miller left it in because the genius display of the panic it added.
Yes, smart ideas.
Yeah, it is.
Something similar happened on the set of Titanic.
Yes.
Where, Leonardo DiCaprio was about to draw Kate Winslet, and he says he was supposed to say lie on that couch, but he accidentally said bed, and then he corrected himself. But James Cameron liked it, so he kept it in.
Yes. What's your favorite part of the movie?
Of Eastwick or Titanic?
Yeah, of Eastwick.
Eastwick. Probably when Jack Nicholson and Cher's first scene together.
Yes, that was my favorite.
Or rather the first few scenes together where they meet outside in the field. They have drinks on his patio, and then this final scene where they're in his bedroom.
Yeah.
That was they both did it really well.
And they gave the plus they use his powers as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer to think of it that he's not using his powers. He's just that charismatic and charming.
Yes.
What about you?
He looks like the devil, like.
Yeah, Nicholson does kind of have that look.
Yes.
So anyway, what's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene,
I guess that's one way I love Nicholson so much in this movie, because not only is he's just perfectly cast.
When he was getting talked about the dude, voodoo girls and go to the church.
Oh yeah, that was
or
fun.
the insane woman.
Insane. Which one? Oh yeah, I get that one. Yeah,
like,
I know what you're
the devil's here. The devil's here. No one believed her, and her husband killed her.
Yeah, that's
and shot himself.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I know.
Anything else to say about this movie?
That's it, really. I enjoyed it, but you?
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yes.
I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't know what to expect.
Yes.
Even though it had George Miller is a good director.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson is a fucking great actor.
Yes.
I knew Michelle Pfeiffer was a good actress,
yes.
And I hadn't seen much of Susan Sarandon or Cher, but everyone brings their A game and delivers a fine performance.
But it's just fucking hot in the bikini though, or costume. The red hair.
You are not wrong.
I know.
You are not wrong.